Hello, everyone. My name is Fabian Ramirez, and I am a youth motivational speaker for middle schools and high schools. And I'd like to share my experience with Youth Speaker University. So I wanted to do a quick review on YSU. Maybe some of you are interested in joining YSU. You just wanted to hear somebody else's opinion on it. So I'll give you my honest opinion on Youth Speaker University, having gone through the program. Let me just share first of all how I first heard about it. Um, it was kind of like a fluke. I was subscribed to two magazines. One of them was Inc. magazine, and the other was Entrepreneur magazine. And I had just had a newborn baby, about 1 month old. She was born in November of 2010. So this is December of 2010, and I'm holding my 1 month old baby girl, just doing like helping with feeding time with the bottle and just doing what I can and reading while I'm just holding the baby. Can't do much, but I love those early times with babies because you can sit there for a long time, and so I use that time to learn. And so one of the magazines that I would read is Inc. magazine. Now, let me share with you the edition that I did the issue that I read was about a motivational speaker named Josh Shipp. Now, this is the actual cover of the magazine. This is not the one I have, but I do have the original one. In fact, I've met Josh Shipp in person, and I even had him sign my original magazine that I read when I first heard about him. So, anyways, that's how I first heard about Josh Shipp. And what caught my attention was the headline. Let me see if I can zoom in here. The headline said, "So you want to be a motivational speaker?" Now, at this point in my life, I was a youth minister, but I was still speaking to students. I just wasn't doing it inside of schools. And so this was really intriguing to me, just getting up and speaking to folks. And so I thought I'd turn to that page 124 and I started reading The Art and Business of Motivational Speaking. Now, I don't know if you've ever read that article, but it's out there. You can click on the link if you Google it. Just Google this title, and you can read the article that I read. But here's the one. I guess the byline to the headline says, "If the podium is calling your name, you should get to know Josh Shipp." And so after reading the article, I thought, man, I'd like to get to know Josh Shipp just to hear more about his story, really, and how he got into speaking. Because here he was speaking to a group of thousands of FFA students at their national event. And I thought, wow, that's really neat to be able to do that. So I sent several emails to Josh following reading that article. And lo and behold, he did write back one day. I don't know if you can see this, but here I titled my email to him, "Read about you in Inc. magazine." Again, this is December 7th of 2010 is when I sent this. And so just so you know, just wanted to show you proof that, what I'm saying has actually happened. So I put, "Hey Josh, I read about you in the Inc. magazine. Very cool about your speaking business. I'm just starting out and your story is inspiring. Would love, if you lived in Dallas, I would love to pick your brain, whatever." So I just kind of introduced myself to him, and then he put, "Thanks, man. Hey, do you know about my site, which is Youth Speaker U?" So he sent me to a website which started talking about like how to learn about the business of speaking and how to get paid, how to get booked and paid for my message. And I thought, oh, this is pretty neat. Like this is the first time really I've ever heard about, I guess, people doing like online courses. I've heard about them, but I've never really been face to face with like something that I really would like to join and be a part of. Um, so obviously he was uh, asking people to sign up for a monthly fee, and I think he was doing like annual fee as well. But I was like, you know what, I'll do the monthly, and I think like you who's probably listening to this, maybe you're skeptical as well. That's why you're probably looking for a review about the actual program, especially when you're going to dish out some pretty good hard-earned money. I was the same way, so I thought let me just do month by month. If it doesn't work out by month 3, month 4, because I don't know about programs. I'm not going to sign up for a whole year and then I get in. I'm like, whoa, this is way over my head. Or maybe I'm just going to go in a different direction. But so anyways, I signed up. I think I was paying like $300 a month, and I thought, let's see what happens. Come to find out, I stayed in it for the whole year. I actually paid more because I stayed the whole year instead of just, and I was paying month by month. So I think I was paying like $300 a month. It ended up being probably about $3,600 for that year that I spent being a part of. And I would say now I didn't spend it; I invested it because, man, lo and behold, that has come back twofold, threefold, actually tenfold. I don't know. You'll know here in a second because, man, one of the best investments I've ever made in my business. So, anyways, I had access to all the videos that are online. He calls it a training library. Has a lot of different courses. Here you can get a snapshot of what I see when I first log in. Um, what I like about this is I can log in. I can do the courses whenever I want. I can do early in the morning. I can wake up. I can play the videos, do some of the homework that he says to do. And just like anything else, if you're consistent with it and you follow this as a roadmap, you could probably have some success. And I say probably because, nothing's guaranteed. Josh Ship could not guarantee that I would actually go out and start speaking, or he cannot guarantee that somebody would actually pay me for my speaking services. But just like anything else, like the more you do it, the better you get. So, but some of the things that I learned, let me give you some of the takeaways. I've learned how to create a demo video, and so that's something that I've never had before the course. I didn't even think about creating a demo video, and I thought, wow, this is neat. Like I can use this to get bookings. And so I created a demo video. In fact, I probably have about 6 or 7 because once you start speaking, you realize, man, I can do better. I can get a better demo, or I'm gonna be in front of a bigger audience, or I'm gonna be inside of a gym. Or really, it just depends. Sometimes you start off slow, just like anything else, and but then you kind of grow as your business grows, and so does your marketing material. And so my demo video now looks a lot nicer. I think I can probably do this for a couple, 2, 3 more years, and then I'll create another demo video that I think would be even top notch, not knowing what I know now. But also learn how to create a website. So he gives you some marketing secrets for creating a website. And these are like secrets that no one else would actually think of. And I'll just give you one for example. Like I remember I was looking at my website. He was like, dude, just remember that you're marketing to your buyer, so make sure that your website is appealing to your buyer. And so I was like, wow, that's great. And so I realized that my buyer uh, were women, really. Like the majority of people who book me are women, like these principals and counselors. Some are men, but the majority are women. And so we thought, wow, why don't we make my websites, even the colors, we'll take the color palette from a woman's magazine so that my website is appealing to women, right? Like that catches their eye, even the colors. And I was like, wow, that's even that alone is like genius. I would have never thought about that. But anyways, I learned that going through YSU. So he gives you a lot of different marketing secrets like that for building your website. I've also learned how to create a postcard. Long story short, Josh taught me like, hey, I had too much stuff on my website. I had a whole bunch of like I had a paragraph. I'm like, no, on my postcard, it had like paragraphs, and he was like, nope, you have to think billboard. If someone's driving by the highway, what are the 4 or 5 different words that you want people to hear or to read when they see the billboard? Think that when you put it on a postcard. I was like, man, that's great. So I came up with need a keynote speaker. If they don't, they could throw it away in the trash. If they do, they'll hang on to it or at least see what topics that I'm speaking about. And then on the bottom, I put that little watch Fabian's demo video to see why these students are laughing. Show a picture of students laughing. Obviously, they can't click that, but I want them to know that there is a video for them to go watch. And so that's kind of like my call to action for them. It's not really like, hey, give me your name, give me your email. It's just like, hey, check out why these kids are laughing on my website. Go check it out. And it's almost intriguing. Like, oh man, I want to go see what that is. But I'm also putting that thought in their mind, like this guy's funny. Like this guy has humor, and kids actually think he's actually funny. So, anyways, that's the postcard that I have. I have different postcards, but this is one that I've learned how to create. in YSU, but also learn how to create different products. Here's a product that I created for Red Ribbon Week. This is about drug prevention, and so it's a 5 video course. Now, I didn't learn it in YSU. I learned how to create it in YSU, and so I've learned what companies will print it and kind of they do all the work. They even ship it out for me. And so I learned that through YSU. Again, that's next level stuff. It's not something you want to do right when you start, but you will as you grow your business. You're going to want to grow and create product. So I've been able to create that. I also created bullying prevention videos. This is great for like upsells. So somebody books me to go into a school. I'm able to say, hey, for a couple hundred more bucks, why don't you buy my series? And that way, after I'm gone, you guys can still relay the message that I brought using these videos. And so that's another thing. So, anyways, that's it. Today I'm a full-time speaker. I get to speak full-time across the country, and it all started with joining YSU. Again, I was a bit skeptical. I didn't want to be scammed of any money, but knowing Josh now, I know that Josh would not scam people for money. He truly, truly wants to make an impact, especially with young students and teenagers. And the only way to do that is to get people who are serious about going out and really charging people to be a part of the program is a good way to weed people out who are just in it for the money. To be honest, because if you're paying money, you're not in it for the money. So a lot of people are like, yeah, man, I want free, I want this, and yeah, I want to hear people make money. It's like, no, man, if you're willing to take the time and to invest and the end result is that kids get a life-changing message, then truly like YSU is for you. So anyways, I'm a full-time speaker now. Just in this last week, as we're going back to school, I've been able to get $30,000 worth of booking requests. Did I book them all? No. Did I book half? I'm close. So I'll probably say I have about 15,000 already booked in requests, and contracts are in, and I'm already booking flights. And so, and one of the cool thing about speaking, it's kind of like a bonus, and is that I do get to fly a lot, and because of that, I even have companion pass, and I'm just halfway through the year, and I've already earned companion pass for the next year, meaning I could take one person with me, and it's my daughter. I'll take her wherever I fly. She'll fly for free. That's just one of those bonuses that comes with the speaking business. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. So would I recommend YSU to you if you're looking at this to join? I would say I would highly recommend YSU. I mean, we all need a roadmap. You got to start thinking about investing in yourself. What is the saying? There's no greater investment you can make than to invest in yourself. That's the best investment you can ever make, because what you're going to learn in the program, you can apply it to all areas of your life. I've been able to help people even in their own like small business start thinking bigger. And that's what YSU can help you do. It takes you from like that hourly wage that I used to have. Like I used to think, man, where can I go to make $10, $12 an hour? And I totally have blown that out of the water. Like I'm like, no, where can I? Who can hire me for my expertise? And because I'm an expert now in my field, and I get to share a message and relay it to students, and also I'm an expert in knowing how to engage students. It's not really like an expert in a topic. I'm also an expert in engaging an audience of middle school students. Not many people can do that. And because I can charge the fees that I do, because that's what schools want. Schools are like, man, I have this money and I want to be able to invest it in a way where our kids benefit. Let me go and hire somebody who can engage our students and relay a message at the same time that they'll never forget. And so, anyways, I take that very serious, and I know that Josh does as well. And so, anyways, I highly recommend YSU, and hopefully this review helped. Reach out to me if you like to have more dialogue or you have questions about YSU. I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you. So, all right. Well, I'll go ahead and end the review, and hopefully you go to YSU and get signed up.